Well, welcome back. In Good Company, the podcast that shares the blessings of relationships, fellowships, and friendships. And I've been so blessed in my life to get to know certain people. And usually it's like, was it like 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon? Like, how do I know you, right? So I've got a friend of my wife, and I'm sure we'll be friends after this. Mark Paul, MP3 baseball merch. The owner of Solaro Shades.
Co-owner
of SolaroShades.com. And, you know, what I find to be really cool is the fact that you and I went to the same high school together 5 years apart. You're from the south end of Louisville, Kentucky. Yeah. I think that's why you're so relatable. You just got some really good roots behind you.
I hung with a lot of different crowds over the years, and I didn't expect it to, benefit me like it did, I guess.
They do say, what is it? The 5 people that you hang around the most, or you're the sum of the 5 people you hang around. So being around good people, you must have paid off at some point. So if you don't know who he is, then you don't play travel baseball or travel softball. I think the first time I saw it, I was actually sitting in my house on TikTok or Insta Facegram chat, whichever platform. I was like, who's this guy wearing a Kentucky hat? Like, this is hilarious. And Jennifer's like, hey, I went to school with him. So for those who
was popular.
Yeah. So was it red, white, and blue Kentucky?
It was a KBC. It was my son played for. It was Kentucky Baseball Club.
Awesome.
And that K, they loved that hat. Yeah. Everybody did. And I just happened to be a Kentucky fan, so I was like, I could wear this and still watch my son. But yeah. So.
All the things. So tell the world who you are.
Like I said, my name is Mark Paul, and I accidentally became really popular in the travel ball world. I do videos about parents, about how they act with towards their children. Well, they all think they want their kids to go into the MLB at age 6.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I was the one guy that was sitting back, and because everybody's like, "Well, they're kids," and I was like, "Well, so they act like it," and I did. And then that came with a lot of ups and downs over the years. And then so finally, everyone was like, "This could be a reality show." And I started putting it on social media.
Was the reality show travel baseball, or are you making fun of travel baseball?
No, it's definitely travel ball. I don't know why they haven't done it yet. And I've talked to TLC and a couple other people, and they've been like, give us a script. And I'm like, listen, I'll just let me be the guy behind the scenes. It would 100% be the absolute number one.
It's just like Dance Moms.
Oh, it'd be just like that. Same thing. The wrestler, everybody, that's the thing. Youth sports follows me. I've had wrestlers, I've had fencing people, archery teams, the cheerleading, dance teams, soccer, football, you name it.
Yep.
It's all, we love our kids. They're so good.
Right. What is the movie Liar Liar with
Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey, that scene where he just roasts everybody at the table.
Me.
So what video what video started it? Like, what do you remember, like which one or what you said?
I mean, honestly, it never just hit real. I never went from like, oh my God, there he is. It slowly built.
Yep.
Honestly.
Yep.
And the one that everybody knows is me hitting to my kid versus me hitting to other people's kids.
Yeah.
Because you're like, here you go, Stevie. And look at him. And then my son's up like, bang, like in front of it. And so that one did lots of views, but a lot of them have.
Yeah.
The mom videos do well, and it's very targeted between like 6 through like 10.
Yep.
And then you kind of get a little older, and then people kind of go other ways. And but no, it definitely. I didn't even think it hit like it would, but it's definitely hit a nerve with a lot of the parents across the country.
Speaking of nerves, have you had any negative backlash? We never hear about the negative, right?
No, and honestly, it's not. You don't get a ton. I'll be honest, it's a very positive thing, because what accidentally happened is that it became these videos started becoming informative for parents on the do's and the don'ts of travel ball, which didn't see that coming.
Yep.
But you get a lot of negativity that is like a small percentage of it on social media, and then you get a lot of negativity in around you.
Right.
Because it's like, if you don't do everything for everyone, it's like, well, screw him, you know? And so that's a whole story there.
Yeah.
And the circle that you once had starts to get tighter.
Yeah.
And then you start relying on your family more. And so the phone don't ring like it used to.
Really?
And that's a whole, we can sit there and talk for hours about that.
Hey, we got plenty of time.
No hurry, so let's go. I've been waiting on this one.
I love that. Well, I like how you talked about, actually the more successful get, like your circle starts to get tighter and tighter.
Oh yeah, and everyone I watch a lot of Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson, a lot of Justin Bieber. You watch these people at a huge level, and you're like, I kind of get what that's like.
Right.
You don't know.
Right.
Did you wake up one day and you're like, oh my God, everybody kind of knows you, and but just in a travel ball world, I can hear people out there, oh, he's arrogant out. No, but you don't know.
Right.
I don't know what to do. You're just kind of learning as you go. You can't call somebody, hey, man, so what's it like when you're famous in the travel ball world? Who are you going to call?
Right. Well, the similarities are identical to whether you're successful in being a preacher or successful as a school administrator or whatever it is. So what's the path to here? Because you didn't start.
No.
I mean, you weren't like, hey, I'm going to be
I'm going to be a baseball mom on social media.
3 things that I knew I wasn't going to do. Be a baseball mom.
TikTok was going, and like I told you, the COVID thing was happening. You start doing videos, and then as you grow, you start getting like more companies will reach out to you and like, hey, will you promote this?
Yeah.
Gatorade called, and
really?
Hilton called, and Big League Chew, like all the baseball companies. And then, but there were some outside, stuff going on that wasn't, I didn't think, Academy Sports. I did some stuff with Walt, and so, but DirecTV was cool. But you start doing some things, and then they're like, hey, what's your rate? And you're like, I don't know.
How much you going to pay?
$1 million or $5?
Yeah.
Because they don't want to scare them off.
Right.
And then you still want them to do it, and so then you settle on something, but you're Googling how many followers gets this much money. You don't know, and you're asking anybody you can. You start to get in good with other influencers where they're like, oh, I love your stuff. You're like, okay, cool. You got 1 million followers. So what can you really charge? And they start saying some crazy stuff. And then you've got to learn what companies you need to do that with.
Right.
You start setting things up, I don't know, I'm trying to get off topic here, but the money thing is, you don't get paid a ton off of social media like people think. Everybody thinks like you did 1 million views. Yeah. You're going to get $1 million. No, you get like $6.
Right.
And then it's taxed. So you end up getting like 13 cents. So, and then you can imagine how it goes.
I made what was it, Claire? $3.79 last month on Facebook.
Yeah. And I'm in debt now, so it's great. Thank you, the line of credits. The business is great. No, your question was what again? I'm sorry.
Like, how'd you get? You didn't wake up saying,
no,
"Hey, I'm gonna be an influencer."
My daughter was like, "You got to do some TikToks," and everybody around us in our little travel ball world was like, "This could be a reality show, and you should do some." You should do videos about this. And I was like, what do you do? I don't know, make fun of people. Well, and so then as you started kind of doing funny things where I would just talk. And then I was like, well, what if I just act like a kid and then the parents and then everybody else is like, because all you would do is sit around and talk about like why my kid doesn't get to play shortstop.
Right.
And it was like, what if you just acted like the parents that were like, we know why your kid shouldn't play shortstop, and then be the kid, be the coach, be the coach's friends who was coaching, and so that's kind of how it started, just with my son playing ball and my daughter doing TikToks, and then COVID, we're sitting around not doing a whole lot.
Well, and if you're actually probably any organized sports, but I played baseball and we didn't have travel baseball. We played at Valley Sports.
Oh yeah, dude. We didn't either. I was in Catholic school.
You played 2 games a week.
30 minutes before your practice, and you play on Sundays. I remember that.
I'll tell you, but now like my niece plays travel softball, and if you don't know, as soon as you get there, you'll know right away.
What?
They charge you like $5 to park. $10 to come in.
It's a little more than that. Some people over there are like, whatever, dude. It's like $25 a day.
Yeah, and you've got these parents that are there, and these kids that are there for like 72 straight hours, rain, sleet, or snow. 1,000 degrees or whatever it is, and so there's it's its own little micro environment.
And the thing about it is a lot of people don't realize it's different levels everywhere. It's very different in Kentucky than it is Georgia, Florida, Texas. I've been able to see travel ball throughout the country.
Have you been to East Cobb?
Yes.
Is that still the bee's knees?
That's the good kids. Yeah, there's some ballers out there, and I got a couple of. We play out there. I actually coach a team. I started an organization, and we didn't get to this, but it's called it's MP3 baseball.
Okay.
The younger versions are, and I haven't announced this yet, but I kind of have 6 through 12 is the Daddy Ballers teams, and then 13 plus is MP3 Select.
Okay.
And I have scout teams, and I just signed a new 9U team. This 9U team went 115 and like 7 last year.
Nice.
9 years old. I didn't know this thing.
Yeah.
And they're
whatever happened to
wearing
load
my
management?
stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't. But it's the level. Out west they play all year round. Texas they play year round. Florida they play year round. And then they travel, but there's levels of it, major to rec ball and everything in between. Right. And so everybody's got travel ball teams.
Right.
But then there's travel ball teams, you know, and so, it all.
See, I always thought they just started travel ball for the shortstop that didn't get to play. The dad
they
just
did.
said, you know what?
That's exactly what happened.
My own team.
That's 100% what it is. It's like, well, he didn't get to play. I'll just start my own team. Yeah. And then that's what happened. So they all they do is a lot of the people out here, they all have like 1 or 2 really good kids on each team, but there's like 15, 10-year-old teams.
Yeah.
God forbid we put them all together.
Maybe
put the good kids, remember back in our day where it was like, you're on the A team. Well, you got cut. You didn't make it.
Right.
My parents didn't call whine. My dad didn't go starting our basketball team up. St. Polycarp. Shout out to St. Polycarp.
They've actually consolidated all those Catholic schools down the south end now.
Yeah.
Does Polycarp even exist?
No.
The church does, but not the school.
I believe it's Notre Dame or something now.
Okay.
But that's another thing is going into Butler and whatnot. People didn't know is that that was a big deal that was hard for me.
Right.
I came from a Catholic school where I was with the same 30 group of kids for 8 years, and then I showed up at Butler and there was 400 freshmen.
Right.
And I was like, oh man, I wanted to play basketball and baseball. Then I show up and there's like, look at all these kids, and there's people dunking and stuff, and I was like, what? And it was like a rec ball kid showing up to this new travel ball world, and I had to quickly. I couldn't figure out what group to hang out with.
Right.
So I was hanging out with a whole bunch of different other people, but I just kind of got to I was just cool with everybody.
You're right.
And that's kind of really helped me do this now because I can adapt to different types of, I guess, groups, which is kind of what I've been doing my whole life.
Right.
And so this part of it, like the videos are easy. Like I'm the same, you probably know now I'm the same guy.
Yeah, you haven't changed.
No, I changed before this thing turned on. And everybody tells me that, but the business side of things is new. And
I like the I want to get to the business, but I like the introspective.
I like the business side better than anything else.
Okay. Well, I like the idea that you've looked back, and I don't know if you've talked about this before or not, but hey, this event has really shaped who I am right now.
Yeah.
And that's because nothing against Archdiocese, but it's very cliquey,
like travel ball.
It's like travel ball. But then you're dropped into a different pool and you've got to figure it out. And so my wife I think it's part of my wife's unique ability is she's unbelievably relatable to any group of people.
Yeah.
Like she always told me, she's like, I hung out with the jocks, the dorks, the emos.
And you know what? And I did the same thing.
Yeah.
What's crazy, yes, she did, and I actually know that, but because we hung out in different groups, and then I went somewhere else, and I was like, hey, you are. I was just nice to people, and
don't suck. That's my number one rule in life.
Yeah.
Don't suck and be nice.
Well, I tried to, it didn't matter who you were.
Yep.
I had jobs as a janitor, and I've had jobs working underneath the CEO of LG&E.
Right.
And I wanted to dress up, but also sometimes, burn one with the janitors out there by the dumpster.
Right.
Those are the people those smokers on the travel ball team. They're the ones that kind of keep it real,
Right.
But no, I just. It's funny. I was in interviews with LG&E, and they said if you just say you can adapt to different types of people,
right?
That works, and that's what I've been doing my whole life. And so, a lot of this came in from what I've done, right, to the design part of it with websites, just being able to be, like I said, adapting to different people or personable.
Right. Yeah.
Don't judge anybody. I mean, you wouldn't believe the type of people that we've had on our teams over the years. I mean, everybody's different.
Right.
And a lot of coaches don't look at that like that.
Right.
They all want to coach the kids the same way they coach their own.
Right.
Well, you might have an autistic kid over here and a kid that doesn't have no money on this side.
Right.
And then you got to learn how to coach that. Well, that's kind of what happened with me is I gave everybody listen, let me just get on your level and explain. Oh, the parents want to know what's going on. Well, I'll talk to them too instead of keeping it quiet. I'm not gonna tell them nothing. They ain't coming to my practices. Like I was always just nice to people,
right?
And I didn't care. And I've been that way since day one.
Yep.
And everybody that knows me has said that. But a lot of times that can also bite you in your butt a lot.
Yeah.
And can we cuss on here?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay, I was going to say a word. But I didn't. I'm trying.
This is not the FCA is not. FCC is not.
But no, you learn. Like I told you before, you get fired. Well, what are you going? Well, most people do get pissed, and they won't yell at that person. Well, the lady that fired me, I'm now cool with her.
Yeah,
because I get it. If I worked as hard then as I do now, that probably would be the president of that LG&E company. But you got to really want, you got to just love what you do. Right. It sounds stupid, but like I genuinely care if things are done correctly in this because of mp3baseball.com, how it looks on a website.
Well, you have a brand that you
yeah,
brand
and it's just me.
Yep.
And so I'm trying to separate that now. So it's not so much me anymore. Right. It's like I'm over here. Let's let some of these athletes get involved, which is the Solero Shades come in, and then let me start an organization to teach kids the correct way and families. And right now I'm doing that, and I've been going around the country for the last really probably 8 years,
right?
Just coaching kids, and then everybody seems pretty pleased with it. And so now it's like, well, let me get some other people involved because I can't be the guy that's doing this forever.
You can't scale yourself.
I'm not going to be a 55-year-old baseball mom. I'm not going to coach the rest of my life. But if I can get some good people that I've met along the way, who I have, and you meet a lot of car salesman people, and you're kind of like, but I've kept my circle with just good guys. I partnered with a guy in Tennessee, Alex Vaughn, who runs Grand Slam tournaments because I was fortunate enough. That's the word I was looking for. Fortunate. I was fortunate enough to get flown across the country to promote travel ball tournaments with Grand Slam, and they got me started. Well, now PG's wanting it, and 2D Sports is another one. Kyle Ripken, all the different ones.
Is your organization a subset of travel ball, or is it just another? I apologize. Not just another travel ball.
No, so pretty much, I had a team. My son played on a little bit. Yep. Well, here's what I'll tell you what it was. I coached a bunch of kids at showcases because I knew some guys when I was younger, and they were like, "Let's have you out and coach some stuff." And a bunch of kids from different parts of the country showed up. Well, then you had to quickly figure out who was good and who wasn't. Right. Make all the parents happy because they all spent $400 or $500 to be there. And we did it. We won. I had a couple good dudes with me. I was like, all right, here's a good deal. We're all going to do what we want for the first 2 years. Let me figure y'all out. And then when game times come, we're going to tighten some things up a little bit. And I just kept everybody in the know, along with my coaches, kept the kids happy because I'm kind of a lot. And it worked. Well, then I started getting popular in travel ball. I said, well, what if we did this again, but just picked certain kids out from each of that? Well, we have 50 different shortstops. Find the best one. Right. All right, find the best third baseman. Get them all at the same age. Let's take them to a bigger tournament. Well, I did it, and then we did well there. So then it was like, you going to do any more teams? It's like, well, God bless, I can't coach all the different age groups.
Yeah.
But that kid over there who getting ready to go D1, he's off for the next 4 months. Maybe get him involved. My daughter's boyfriend.
Okay.
And his, sorry, man. My daughter's boyfriend and his buddy, we go Saint X, they've been helping out a little bit, and they're good kids. Yep. And the kids respond well. I'm over here rubbing elbows with the parents. Well, then we started posting about it. Well, let's call the Daddy Ballers. Let's call it MP3 Select. Let's get this going. Promote the kids across social media. Maybe some of the kids that haven't had a chance to really be seen because their last name's not Cabrera and they don't play on Pottstown. Sorry, guys. I'm going to beat y'all at the East Cobb and Lake Point. Come and wait for me if you can see this. But but so, you start getting other people involved and you run an organization the correct way. You don't overcharge people.
Right.
I use my MP3 baseball to get merchandise for those teams, for those families. A percentage of that goes into an account that I can actually help other families whose kids can't go, get them involved. I'm doing it right now to a couple of them. Get them a few hotel rooms. Can't make it there. I want them there because their son's good kid, and it's fine.
We'll figure it out.
We can get it now. Look, there's all the companies that I've met, across the board, like I was telling you about. A lot of them are getting involved. I always tell them I don't want any money. I was like, but just put your name on it. Do what you want. It's fine. Yep. I'll help promote you. You help promote me. We'll do it. And they've all been cool because I've just been nice to the guys.
Yep.
Because those are the ones that were the good dudes that worked out. I worked you're trying to,
it's
just
so simple.
Just be nice to people. Yeah, right. And the thing about it is like I was telling you, it's so much work Because I just told you like 8 different jobs there.
That's what I'm trying. I'm trying to figure out which way to go with this.
I don't either. Me too, dude. It's been like 4 or 5 years already.
You still haven't figured it out.
No, it's pretty much, it sounds confusing, but it's gotten a lot more organized. The sunglasses thing's kind of being ran on its own. I'm able to just upload. My daughter's helping out a whole lot right now with the MP3 website. She does all my orders. We still do them, but the Soleros are more of a 3PL thing that's out in Tulsa. Okay. So I'm not doing that on my own. The Daddy Baller stuff with the MP3 teams, I'm being flown across the country to promote tournaments. Some of those teams will be there with me, so I can have my family involved. My family's being my wife and kids are involved more now. My daughter goes to this with all of me. She actually sells merchandise at this stuff. I have two. There's 13 and a 17, almost 18 next month.
Awesome.
And so that's it. And then, by the way, you might have a Big League Chew or DirecTV might hit you up and say, hey, we'd like for you to do a video. Fine. What you're getting into that? Sure, I'll do one.
Gotcha.
And then sometimes people actually do podcasts.
Hey, I know some people like that.
I'm trying to pack in 5 years almost of stuff in an hour. So,
well, it's so interesting, and I didn't start out to be in real estate. I didn't. I thought I was going to be a college baseball player. A professional baseball player, then a college baseball coach. Then I was going to be a high school teacher and a baseball coach, and then I was an assistant principal. And now
we're at
Seneca.
I went from people that went
Frost, there. I went from Frost as a teacher to Southern as a teacher, and then Wagner as an administrator. Ended my career in Seneca. My wife she retired me.
That's cool.
She grew the business. Was like, you can't keep doing this, man. We got other things we got to do. We're leaving money on the table.
That's good.
But yeah, all those things, but they kind of circle all the way back to what my passion is like helping people and teaching and consulting, and so it's kind of
I didn't even know, and I agree with you.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't have known that 4 years ago,
right?
Because I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah,
I went to school for architectural design and drafting, and somehow ended up at LG&E.
And you're not doing anything with it.
And I ain't doing well. To be fair, but like I said, graphics and whatnot kind of was part of that,
right?
I worked at a bank for a while, so money kind of helped out. I have some family members that are pretty high up. My uncle is a retired CEO from Tractor Supply, so I'm able to pick his brain. Mom worked at a U.S. bank for a long time, so money was always like, okay. And then just me being somewhat personable to people, maybe, I don't know, but, and never shutting up. But, a lot of that kind of, everyone was like, should be a salesman. Oh my God, you should be, an MC at a game show or da-da-da.
Right.
Everything, or a comic. I'm doing some comedy stuff. I didn't even tell you about that. That's a whole other thing.
I'm building your org chart in my head right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually doing a stand-up thing. That's going to be something I really want to do that. Because then it's not travel ball. Right. Let me give a take on everything else. On my look on it. Because you can't post that stuff when you're all heavy baseball.
Right.
Because it's just like do something, I try to do other things. Like I'll be in a drive-through, try to order something, and I got a funny little skit, and they're like, "You post it out, doesn't do no good." They do baseball stuff, funny baseball man. I'm like, oh, God.
All right. But so let's. There's so many. We could sit here for like 3 hours. Yeah,
I told you I was ready to roll today.
So what? So right now, if you created your business card today, what would it say on it?
Just MP3 baseball. I have one. That's what it is.
And MP3 baseball has
everything tied to it.
All kinds
sunglasses,
of verticals.
Merch, and then it's got the videos, and then it has ways to sign your kids up and whatnot to the organization.
You told me, and if I'm misstating it, correct me, but you fell into this because your daughter was like, "Hey, make a video."
Yeah.
You get going. Where are you at now in terms of like your career? Are you doing do you do like voice lessons and practice, and like are you in it like that, or is it just literally still just candid? This is who I am.
No, so now I have a schedule. I'll be probably 30 different air flights this year.
Okay.
So far, that'll grow. My fall.
It's only the 13th.
I know. No, I haven't yet. I'm saying my next my spring, I will not be home for the month of June.
Right.
And I'll be at a lot of those tournaments, which I've helped promote, which is cool because I've made that company grow because all their tournaments are sold out now.
Okay.
But I also real enough to know that it's not going to last with me.
Right.
So I'm just doing it while I can. But at the same time, I'm also bringing my teams to some of this stuff that I can coach my son's team, which is not even about really him, because most people are like, he's just doing this. You could make a case that I'm like the #1 daddy ball coach of all time,
right?
Because I'm like, just let my kid get seen. But I've kept that very quiet. But I'm able to meet a lot of people, and a lot of them people want to wear that name now because it's, you know, I really just want to leave this with, wow, like he was a positive light in travel baseball that most people think is a big money thing that's negative, and oh my God, we're playing our kids too much, you're going to burn them out, da, 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 da. But it's like, it doesn't have to be that way if you just do it right.
Do it
just
the right
quit
way.
thinking. The problem is like a lot of people now with kids that are that age, like you'll know this, we all grew up on Jordan, and you had to be the best, and we wanted the new shoes, wanted everything great, and we were popular little arrogant kids, and now we expect our kids to be on that level, you know, and because now we could do things now, like with that you said about baseball wasn't the same now. Sports wasn't, youth sports wasn't the same as it was. Now it's like literally the NFL was getting paid, and then it was college getting paid, and high school was getting paid. Now you're down here. I know kids getting flown around there 12, 11 years old
to play baseball.
I've done it. We have put people up in hotel rooms to play at tournaments, and we took care of the hotel rooms because, well, I did some videos for the Hilton, so it's cool. But you know, we really help them out and be like, let's just go let them get seen. But the thing about it is that nobody cares. I don't care about that age. That's too young. But you can see the ones that are going to get there, you know? And so I'm like, all right, well, if I can just be involved with this, you know, and your question was, you know, what do I do with my business card? I've just tried to figure out a way to start a company that no one has any idea. I have no idea, but I'm able to figure out a way to be like, here's your merch, here's coaching, here's, you know, media and making it fun. And as I told you, as that happened, I didn't expect it to get like informative. Like it really helped. Like people write me all the time being like, thank you so much for letting me kind of get an idea of what I'm getting ready to walk into, you know? And I'm thinking, well, I was just venting about my life, you know, and you think this okay. And people cry to me and stuff. Oh my God, I can't believe like you've done so much. And but you can't, you know, and then, you know, you said to the negative stuff. I try so hard to talk to everybody and do it all correct, but you still can't make everybody happy. But I do feel like there's something here, you know, it's working clearly. I mean, this is a better job than I've had. Like, you know, I'm not a millionaire,
you're a
but
business owner now.
And like, it's like I'm doing all right, but it doesn't look good on paper, but it kind of does. It will look good on, you know what I mean? You probably get it. It's just like taxes are a lot, and everything's e-commerce. So all the stuff I sell, it's like, it's like, look at all that's coming in, and then it's gone at the end of the year, and then you do it all over again, and you're like, well, I'm stressing out, but it's like, you know, I just got a nice car, and I'm like, all right, I don't know how, because there ain't much in the bank account, but I do feel, you know, you're looking at, you know, there's people that are talking about, you know, wanting to buy some of the companies and whatnot. Obviously MP3 won't because of me, but the Solero thing's doing well. I mean, like I was telling you earlier, we have, you know, we got MLB players wearing them things, and it's cool. It's so, dude, I was watching the World Series, I was texting Oswaldo Cabrera, who's the first baseman and third baseman for the Yankees. And he was there. And I was like, bro, what are you doing? And he was like, I did the same thing. I was in Vegas there was a Houston Astro, and he was running around the outfield. And I was like, yo, bro. I was like, you do good out there. He's like, thanks, man. It was the middle of the game. And I was like, he's wearing my glasses. You know, but like I told you, it's not Juan Soto. It's not Aaron Judge. But
it could be one day.
Well, and it's kind of we did some, you know, stuff with the Fanta Bananas and all the college kids. So it's cool. I mean, it's working. And so, that's another thing. You don't know inventory. You know.
What about Louisville baseball?
I know. I've met Dan McDonald a few times. My son goes to their camps out there. I actually think that's great. I think a couple of the dudes. Yeah, I think we got one of the shortstops and a couple of the infielders wearing them.
Awesome.
Yeah, we had a few of them.
Is Adam Duvall still playing?
I know that name. I know him.
He was a Butler guy.
Yeah. I talked to Travis Foley a little bit. Yeah. It was funny.
Travis, Josh.
Yeah, they were. You know, it was cool that Josh moved out to Mount Washington. He's coaching one of the select teams.
That's so he's coaching with you.
No,
not your team.
Yeah, he's just out in my area.
Gotcha.
Where I live out there. There's a bunch of those babies.
Mount Washington is like Butler South. Like,
dude, I moved out there, and then I was like, let me get away from all the PRP people, and then it was like, 'cause I was in PRP, but I went to Butler.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, they're all showing up
there. Oh, there's a ton of them down there.
It's packed out there right now.
Now they're going. A lot of them are going to like Fisherville and.
Yeah, I know,
Shelby
and then
County.
everything's gonna flood that
Right,
soon.
yeah.
I mean, it's just a whole lot of nothing out there in Mount Washington. But Mike, there's like 38, 12-year-old baseball teams.
who's your like social media? What's the word I'm looking for? Role model.
Role model, like
who
do I have to know them?
No, you don't even have to know them. But you
Oh.
look at their stuff and you're like, all right, that's kind of he's wired like me.
Probably Matt Rife is good comedy,
comedy,
but there's different levels of it. I also I like to. Justin Nunley was a guy that I met. He's got a big following. He does all those. Listen, do you know that such and you've probably seen him? He's everywhere. Not ton of the baseball. There's a lot of people out there that's kind of doing my stuff now,
right?
And it's kind of like, so you just smile. And everybody makes sunglasses now. Everybody makes slide mitts and gloves. But I don't know, man. I read. I keep up with, like I said, a lot of those actors, the big ones. Like I just like to see some of their
trajectory.
Well, and I like hearing them talk about like this type of conversation, not like and I know everybody's kind of weirded out by celebrities nowadays, all this junk going on, but like I genuinely care about, like I told you, Justin Bieber, Dwayne Johnson, and Kevin Hart, because they got the same kind of stories as I had.
Right.
But they're at a huge level, but it's like, I get it, what it's like when you're trying to walk through a crowd at a travel ball game, and it's like, just give me a minute.
Right.
Oh my God, and it's just constant, and you get a lot of negative stuff sometimes, just leave me alone for a minute, and you gotta be nice though.
Right.
Because if you don't, you got a camera in your face. People taking videos of me from far, and I'm picking my nose and stuff, and no telling what else, and you gotta keep, but imagine doing that everywhere you go.
I couldn't.
No. And so
I can't do it at my house. I feel that way when I walk in. Dad.
Well, and that's another thing, man, is I was the same guy all day long, but now it's like, just turn it on when you need to turn it on, and then go home and just play Fortnite and just sit
do
down.
that. Yeah.
What? Leave me alone, Right. But I had to really come to. Look, I quit drinking, and I didn't drink a ton, but I quit doing a lot of stuff I did when I was younger. I said, let me just try and do this. Let me get in shape again. I lost the shape, and I'm trying to get it back because it's everything.
You look healthy to me.
Well, dude, it's a lot of just what you got to wear. Trust me, it's jiggling over here.
So, but I'm gonna take it into my personal world. Stopping drinking, like that's been something that I know I need to do it. Like it. And I just can't.
Well, and the thing about it is I'll still have a couple here and there, but I haven't. I just the hangovers with me gotta go.
Yep.
And you can't do that anymore. I used to be the dude that drank at the travel ball games. We had a cooler full of beer, and they can't do that now because you got a little 7-year-old. But hey, I love you. And you're like, hi, and a big Miller Lite blowing in her face. And so, I just said, let me just make sure that I keep myself as healthy as I can. Because I was very, very busy this past year, and nobody knows that.
Yeah,
I'm gone all the time, doing nothing but talking about travel ball and parents.
And
then
podcasts.
You come back home and it's like, well, why don't you want to do anything? And it's like, God, just give me a minute. And then everyone wants to talk about baseball. It's like, it's like being at work, then going home, talk about work all the time.
Right.
And so I was like, let me get healthier, because caffeine was a lot, and a lot of people thought, don't know what people think out there, because I'm a lot anyway.
Right.
That dude's all a bunch of coked up all the time. No. I've always been a very high energy guy, but I'm also 41 now, and I can tell that it's exhausting, and I'm going to bed earlier. I wake up early, go to bed like 8:30, and I'm cranky, and I wanted to be, I just want to present this brand respectful and be good with it. Right. And I don't know, I'm saying stupid words.
No, I just say it's
I'm trying
really,
to get it out.
I'm listening. I mean, I feel a lot of the same things. And it's almost like now because of what happened, you're now entrusted with a brand that has to do good.
Yeah, that's how I told you. It's kind of like being Mickey Mouse at Disney World. And Disney World's a travel baseball game. And you're like, hey, there he is. And they will pull me around. And it's like, okay, you've got to behave.
Yeah.
Across all the different subjects.
Yep.
And I have.
Yep.
For real. And it's,
you want to talk politics?
But Yeah, we can. I don't even vote, dude.
Right.
We can do a religion and politics. I'd love to talk about this stuff. I think Trump is hilarious because I would watch him. I'm like, bro, just do stand up. Obama and him whispering on that thing, and then Kamala rolling her eyes. I'm thinking, oh my God, like this is awesome.
Right.
But I don't know. All I know is that my life has been the exact same since I've been like 6. I'm still living paycheck to paycheck. And I still piss people off every now and then, right. And I'm still poor. But I mean, I don't know. I don't even look at gas prices anymore. I gotta have it.
Yep.
What is it? I don't know. Just fill it up and go. Just put it on a credit card. It's fine.
You gotta have it.
No, I did Catholic schools for a long time. I was an altar boy. Dad played guitar. Mom read. That's a lot of standing up, sitting down. Oh my gosh, is that not the boringest place ever?
Yeah. How are your quads?
They're little bitty legs, and everybody makes fun of me about them too. But I've been to some cool churches though. Every now and then they be playing. The one at Southeast was pretty dope. I mean, they were playing guitar stuff, and I was like, all right, it was huge. And the whole time I was sitting over thinking, a little marketing to this place that really helped. Because everything's a business now.
Yeah.
But no, look, if you're in it, go do it. I don't care. I have 2 baseball shirts. It says Mark Paul, make baseball great again, and I have another one that says vote Mark Paul. Everybody deserves a participation medal. I had Democrats and Republicans. I didn't care, and they still quit following me. They were like, I can't believe you're a Trump supporter. I was like, oh my God.
Right.
I was like trying to get you. But no, I don't care what you're into. I don't care any of that stuff. My son said there's kids walking around with furry tails and stuff. Whatever. Listen, I'm cool. Whatever. Think what you want about me. I've been that way since forever.
Well, if you're not an asshole, you can get away with a lot more stuff.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't. I wanted to be like Josh and all them, the baseball. Okay. I wanted that so bad. I wanted to be popular so bad. And it took till about 40 before I got there. Right. And now it's like, whew, this is a lot.
What if you had to do that your whole life? You'd be tired now.
Man, dude, no. But I remember, your wife, they all hung out with the group, the little popular groups up there. And I was like, man, that's so cool. And I remember because of them, Josh, you up there, tell them come down. They all had their hair flipped up and they were all shopping at Abercrombie. I went from Insane Clown Posse to Abercrombie just like that because that's how they got girlfriends. And I was like, well, I need to do that now. I was frosting my tips and everything. I was trying to find it all, man.
Oh God! See, I couldn't even afford that. I had to go to.
I couldn't. I
had to go to Value City and
that's do the same thing.
The ones that had like the sleeves were like different sizes,
and we would never wear that. Oh, I had to convince my brother. I had to convince my friends that Michael Jordan wore Chuck Taylors off the court because I couldn't afford to buy the new. My mom sold a Michael Jordan rookie card about $400. I still will never let her forget that. Oh my gosh! But now I've got a couple Jordans now.
You convinced your friends.
Yeah.
That Michael Jordan.
Listen, he wears this when he's not on the court because I couldn't afford Jordans.
That's awesome.
And I got 3 of them for Christmas this year. Pumped about. I got the 11s.
I just bought my first pair of Jordans
this
year.
Dude, I'm buying everything that I couldn't afford. You wouldn't believe the little Fast and Furious car I got out there right now because I had a Cavalier and I wanted a more of an import.
Yeah. Love it.
Can't believe we're going on this.
That's the best part. That's the best part of this. All right. So what does business look like 5 years from now?
I think we sell Solero because we've had people reach out and that's cool because it's not about what you do right now. There's a future to it. I've seen the numbers. We've got Google ads, we've got Facebook ads, we've got Instagram ads, we've got all the stuff. You're able to use all the social media stuff. I think you sell it. And then I've got a couple people involved in that. So then we'll split all that up. I think the MP3 baseball stays around.
Is that your passion? Is that truly your passion?
Oh, now all of it is. Right now, how you do anything else?
Right.
I would if I had enough money come in, I would get into real estate. Probably, I'm looking right now, maybe getting a condo in Florida just to be able to promote that off my platform. What am I going to do? I got 1 million followers across all my platforms. What am I going to do with that when I'm 55 years old? Am I still going to be doing grandparent travel ball videos, walking around like a grandma?
No.
You know what I mean? So, but
hey, I know a couple of pretty good realtors.
I'll holler at you, for sure. Everybody's doing it, but this seriously. I mean, this is cool. I really will. But
you put me in a rabbit hole. These tournaments, are they in like are they always in Orlando or always in like Houston? Like
they're everywhere.
Okay,
I mean, I'm out west now, man. I'm in San Diego, Vegas, you name it. Listen, that's what's cool about it because, it's like, hey, I'd like to bring some teams down. Oh my gosh, Mark Paul's going to bring some teams down. And listen, I'm just being honest with it, and I'm thinking that didn't happen overnight. It was like Louisiana, they just called him. They said Mark wants to have a tournament. All right,
how many teams?
There it is.
There we go.
150, just like that. And I was like, what? what? And now I'm getting in more of the tournament directing stuff, but I'm not doing it here.
Yeah.
I've been partnering with different people across the country.
So you're more like the promoter. You're the Don King.
Yeah, but I'm also good. Well, I got one coming up some of them I'm the actual guy. I'm the one that are like, hey, this umpire's being mean and they're yelling at some parents, and I come walking out on the field. They're like, oh God. I'm like, everybody shut up. And they're like, shit, wait a minute. And it does. It worked. I literally was in Tennessee. There was 2 coaches fighting, and I come walking out of that field. I was like, we gonna woo. It just everybody was cool.
Yeah.
And guys,
are we gonna do this here? Come on.
Well, but I think that's where, I've got a history of a lot of different types of groups that I've been around, and you kind of can find a common denominator with people who at all different levels. And that's just something I've been good at, is talking my way out of stuff. So,
or into it.
Yeah.
Well, hey, this podcast is called In Good Company. So
I like this. Yeah, I'm so excited that I appreciate you having me on for this, because this is not the podcast that I usually have. The radio shows, I get on radio shows sometimes and I do not promote it. So I have these conversations, but this was one where it was like, here's some hometown people. Let me tell them what it's like, because there is, like I tell you, there is such a negative to this. And it's like, I'm not doing anything different.
Right.
Like, I haven't changed. I'm the same person.
You're healthier.
The last 13 days, That's what this is on my mind. Don't get me wrong. I was looking at a bottle of wine the other night. I was like, man, we need to get that. But
I want to ask you, this is kind of a business consulting question, because I got my hands on everything. Are you maybe spread too thin?
Yeah.
In terms of,
yeah.
Like what? If you had to do the one thing, you said the baseball, the base MP3 baseball, right? That would be the thing. Talk to me about the Savannah Bananas experience. Is that what
do you want to know?
Yeah. Well,
I know a lot of people involved in that.
Well,
it's a great place. Like there's a lot of good people that work in there.
And you remind me, at some level, like the guy, you're like Dude Perfect or Savannah Bananas.
Yeah,
like you've taken the attention that you got.
Yeah,
and did something.
It was actually kind of cool. I was at a Savannah Bananas thing here, and they had all the guys out. This has nothing to do with it. This is just me bragging on myself.
Okay,
they had all the Savannah Bananas were lined up signing autographs.
Right.
I was there. They actually, a couple of those guys were friends of mine,
right.
And so they gave me some tickets and stuff. And I was out front.
Sorry, who's the? I cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
There's a Coach Rack.
Oh yeah, I know him. He coached Pottstown. Yeah. He's a good guy.
Wasn't he kind of
big religious guy?
Yeah. Religion and baseball.
Oh yeah, he's real calm. He's real, and he's not. Yeah. He's very calm.
Yeah.
Outside of the mic.
Gotcha. But now he's playing for Savannah, right?
He's a coach. I think he's a coach coach. There's a lot of player coaches for that. Yeah. It's not just them. It's also the other teams that they play.
Yeah.
That's the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball right
exactly.
there. And
sorry, I cut you off. You were hanging out with the guys.
I was just saying I was out there. They were all signing autographs. They all had these lines, and I had a line, and I wasn't part of them. And I was like, look at me. And it was kind of neat because I was at the Savannah Banana game, and I was behind home plate because I'm friends with the umpire and a couple of other dudes out there, and I was signing autographs, and it was on TV, and there I was with my shirt on, and it was kind of neat because I was like, that's really cool. We've done Mark Paul tournaments in different states. Like we've had MP3 stuff where people show up, but I usually just kind of hang out. That's really what all those Grand Slam things are. Right. I could have, we've talked about doing, well, for instance, we're actually going to be doing it now. I'm partnering with this tournament director, and he's wanting to have a very, very big tournament.
Okay.
And we're bringing everybody out. And a couple of those Savannah Banana guys will be there. So awesome. It'll just be that kind of stuff.
Where's that one going to be
at? One's going to be in Tennessee and one's going to be in Louisiana.
Okay.
And then I even have tryouts in different states now for my own teams. And I think that's going to be the thing. I'll say, if you want to know really, my main thing now is to grow the organization like a Canes or a 5-star.
Right.
Talk to a lot of different organizations across the country.
Similar to East Cobb?
Yeah, East Cobb is a place. Okay. Now, they have teams that are East Cobb Astros, and those are really high-level teams.
Right.
Same kind of deal.
Okay.
I'll have, basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to have 6 scout teams.
Okay.
Where the highest level playing kids for those specific. It's going to be probably 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, probably 11 through 16. Right now I have a 9 and a 10-year-old team, a 13 and a 14U team.
Yep.
Well, I also have these fundraising teams, which all y'all are going to say that, and that's the lower level teams in the areas.
Right.
That's the ones that's like, we'll pay you to wear our name, and then I help promote some of their stuff and then build that.
Yep.
But I'm doing it in an affordable way.
Yep.
People pay Canes, they pay 5-Star, they pay East Cobb to wear that stuff.
Yep.
I'm able to be like, here you go, Stinger, who's a company that I work with who does uniforms, and I can promote their stuff. So they're hooking me up with uniforms that I can charge the parents and not overcharge them.
Right.
Same thing with, I just got off a phone called Boomball, which is another helmet.
I thought that was softball.
Boomball's everybody's everything there. Yeah. But no, Boomball is they got baseball. They do they're going to do the bags, probably the helmets for me, and then I've got my sunglasses on there. Squares did the cleats. Really good golf shoe company. Shout out to Squares. They sent all my team shoes for nothing. And Soldier tank bats, the same thing. I got 25 bats sent to my house. I gave every one of them to the kids.
Right.
And then everybody that I knew was like, where was mine at? You didn't get my kid one. And it's like, but these are kids from around the country that I just picked.
Right.
Because they were good kids. They had good families. It was easy for me to be like, sit down and shut up. You're not playing this inning. And the parents were like, listen to them. And I'm like, ooh. And I'm trying to do that at the levels and then promote them.
Yep.
Once they get to 15, 16 years old, like here, because I got 13-year-olds, right? I got literally 4 13-years. One of them 6'5", 270 pounds, 13 years old. And he's probably going to be one of, if he stays healthy, you're going to see him.
He's going to be a guy.
Yeah. And I've got a few of them guys, but he's 13. You don't know. He's still got a lot more going. I'm sure there's parents out there, my kid can be that way too. Yeah.
Right.
And my son, we'll see, he's 13. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, if anybody could put him on a platform, it's me, but he's doing a pretty daggone good job on his own. But that's also a negative when you're Mark Paul's son and daughter. I mean, my daughter left school. She did online classes because of some bullying stuff that I'm sure a little bit had to do with me. Everything, rich kid.
Right.
Like, no. Oh my God, dude. No, you have no idea, man.
Yeah. I will send you my taxes.
Golly, man. But
I would like to, I always wanted to start a baseball organization where you start everybody at 6.
Yeah.
You take that team.
Yes.
And then you coach the coach.
Yeah.
And then he moves up. That coach then becomes the head coach of the 7 team.
Yeah.
And then you bring in 2 other coaches and you coach.
And there's a couple people out here that do that. There's organizations out here in Kentucky that do that. Nucci Varner's one of them that does it.
Nucci Varner, he played at St. Catherine.
He played all over the place. He's pro and everything. And then Reynolds out there in the Vipers. Those are some of the best organizations. The Vipers and the MV Stars are some solid organizations in Kentucky.
Nucci Varner Stars.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, and they do that. You basically, it's what we just said, we did when we were younger.
Yeah.
They put all the kids, they're like, we're going to put y'all on colors. That's what East Cobb does. Yeah. Orange, gray, and navy.
Right.
It's a really well-ran organization. It was, all right, you kids made the A team. Right. Congratulations. Now, look, you B kids, you still got a chance, but we're going to, if you play well, we'll move you up. Well, they don't do that now. Because it's not rec ball, travel ball anymore. It's just everything's everywhere.
Right.
And it's just like, well, if my kid doesn't get to play, I'll just start a new team. And I'm going to take the one good kid and then just pick some of his buddies off and all my friends' kids, and we all can play in the infield.
Yeah.
And then you are never going to get to pitch at the age of 9, and then they'll never have that chance. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the kids that can pitch at 13, you're not going to see them other ones. Right. Because they didn't have an opportunity because some dad got bent out of shape, and he didn't let his kid, he let his friends' kids play all the time. I was sick of that.
Yeah, my son played rec ball this year, and which I'm actually, this sounds bad. I'm glad he's not into baseball because it consumed my life for so long. But he wanted nothing to do with it. But the level of baseball drop off now at the recreational level, it's almost dangerous.
Well, the thing about it is, the problem is that rec ball is the lower levels of travel ball now.
Right.
And nobody will say that. Yeah. But those tournament directors, single A, double A, there's a ton of them teams.
Yeah.
And they're filling them tournaments up.
Right.
Are you going to make them stop?
No.
No, that's $450 of team right there. Right. And we're paying everybody $50 to get in for the weekend. You wouldn't believe some of the rooms I've been in and see some of that money rolling around.
There's one of those dads right there.
What's up, man? How you doing? That's a good coach right there. I wish he coached for me.
He's intense. He's a good dude.
I like that dude. Yeah. He was a good dude when we were younger.
I went to school with his sister, and then I actually recruited him when I coached college baseball.
So you coached at Butler?
Yeah.
So Sean, that's cool.
I was with Lauder.
He coaches. I know him.
Bryant. Coach Bryant, then Greg Lauder and I coached together.
I don't know him, but I mean, I've known
you're from the South End, you know the name.
Yeah, no, I mean, he was, I thought he would, he coached the Butler some, and that whole group, honestly, that moved out to Mount Washington, those guys, those are some good Butler dudes.
So he just finished, moved home. It's him, Brett Braun, and
Brett coaches
Ford.
out there too. He's a good coach.
Jake Ford.
His kid plays multiple. They all play multiple sports. Right. My son just plays baseball, and we're just kind of into that. So
you're kind of forced.
And I'll just have one kid. I couldn't imagine having multiple kids in sports. Shout out to them parents.
All right. So one thing we also like to talk about is peace, profit, and purpose.
Okay.
What? You pick one. We're going to go through all three.
Oh, I don't care. We'll just go
What brings you peace?
What brings me peace? Well, over the last few days since the snow, it's been Fortnite. I'm playing my son. No. What brings me peace? You know what? I don't even know yet. I haven't had a chance. I'm not going to sit here and make something up. I haven't had a chance to stop and appreciate any of this yet because I haven't stopped.
Right.
I'm looking for peace right now, if you want to know the truth. It's been... I haven't quit. Right now, I think what it is my family, my wife and my two kids. Like I've been married 17 years, and it's gotten a lot. It's gotten better as we've gotten older.
Right.
And being able to be like, if they're all on board with what I've got going on, which they are now, it's like that's the most peaceful thing I think right now. Which I didn't think I'd say that 10 years ago, and they've been big help. And so when everybody's like my wife's coming with me in a couple weeks to Florida to do a convention thing, and then my daughter's coming to me with all of my stuff this year, and I actually want them there.
Right.
And because there is a darker side to this stuff where you get a lot of attention, but I've really just that's probably them in a weird kind of oh my God, kind of thing. But I mean, right now, that's probably it. But
I just see it. You're turning. It feels like what you're saying to me is like when we talked about early on is that circle gets smaller.
It is,
and you appreciate.
Well, I do. I'm more now.
Yeah.
Like I was texting me and my wife were going back and forth this morning on. I got some new clothes stuff coming out for MP, the good stuff, and we're getting some stuff shipped from overseas now, and like she's like involved in it. And oh my God, is it not better? Because like I freak out a lot about the money situation, and I'm like, oh my God, like my car ended up messing up, and it was like $10,000. I'm freaking out, and she's just kind of whenever she says it's okay. She's like, listen, it's fine. When I start worrying, she says, then you can start worrying. And I'm like, okay, so there's a little bit of that. But I'm so high strung that right now, man, it's just, I'm everywhere. But I feel like 2025, with like I told you before we started this, how it takes 5+ years to grow a business. I can see it.
Yep.
And even though it's not, you can still tell that whatever based on the numbers, everything's working. It's just it's not showing yet. But maybe it is. I mean, it looks really good on social media because it looks like look at all the fun stuff he's doing. But man, it's like working. It's work.
But you like doing it.
I do enjoy it.
I get in, I would say ruts, but I get in these runs where like literally I will work 24 hours a day. Don't even want to go to sleep. Just
you can't shut it off.
What can I do? What can I do?
I can't turn it off.
That's probably why I'm drinking too much.
Well, it helps. I mean, listen, there's other things that I like. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to quit that too. They just need to make it legal. It's medical though. But I quit that. I mean, I'm saying I don't care. So what? The edibles are good every now and then. But having said that, I haven't. I've shut all that down. Honestly, just because I need to be alert. And I want to be. I don't want to be like, because you can get kind of, you hung over. That's 2 days gone now when you're 41 years old. And I like to be awake and I want to do things right and I want to present myself well. And I probably wouldn't have done that, 20 years ago.
Right. Well, I like it. I like the fact that 2025, every year in business is like you get toward the end of the year and you start looking at what's coming next. And it's like, every year you just get a little bit better, a little bit better.
I feel like what has. Well, I mean, think about it. I was on, I had one shirt. and it was just I was printing off orders on and shipping them out and everything. Yeah, it was just writing press? Their names down. Where's it going? I don't know. Okay, but yeah.
Yep. All right. Purpose.
Well, the purpose.
Why were you put on this earth?
I think about this. Listen to me sound like that guy. I think about this all the time. No, I feel like the fact that I'm personable to people, and I know when I walk in a room, even before I was on social media, it seemed like it was a little, oh, there he is, and then that can get old. But I feel like it's almost like the room's a little more lighter when I show up. Like, for instance, I go to a funeral, or I'm visiting some people, and it's like, oh, there he is. I'm like, oh my God, look at this. And and then you're kind of make light out of some situation. You can see that it's like, okay, they're laughing. Clearly that's helping. With the kids, like I told you, I've seen people cry meeting me, which is the weirdest freaking thing in the world. I'm always like, why? I'm like, I'm some redneck from Kentucky. Like, what are you doing? Like, there's better people you need to follow. I tell everybody that. A lot of people meet me and they're like, I introduce myself as, hey, I'm going to be, you're going to think I'm a huge douchebag for 2 weeks. Then you're going to get to know me, and then you'll like me. And that's a lot of people I've met have been like, you nailed it. Yeah. Because they're like, look at this prick when he comes walking up. But, now I'm 41, but my purpose is, I do like making people laugh. I've been that way my whole life. I genuinely want to help out I wanted something good to come out of this because I don't care about the videos. That was just me complaining about my life and then other people's just stereotypes. I didn't care. Right. I didn't care if my son sat the bench all the time. I didn't care. I sat the bench all the time. Right. I never got to play. So I was able, and he was really, he was like Josh. Right. Like Wolf was like the guy, quarterback. He was Jonathan Moxon. He was that guy. And we all wanted to be Josh Wolf. I'll say it. Yeah, y'all blind. You did. And, it was like the popular kid. And I was like, I'm really going on Josh on this video.
Josh. We might have to watch this, Josh. Yeah. We might have to get Josh on the podcast. I know, man.
God, I missed him. He left. No, but and I wanted to be like, I wanted that. Yep. And I got there. But I don't want it just to be like, oh, he's just some funny dude. It was like, wow, like he started an organization because he genuinely cared about people, and he didn't want to overcharge people, and he wanted kids to play for fair. It doesn't even need to just be just baseball, just anything, and I wanted to not keep secrets from families. I wanted to be like, here, you got an issue. Why is your son not playing? I'll tell you really what's going on. He's cussing everybody out in the dugout. He won't leave. He quit spitting on everybody. So you got to do something about that. I feel like, the Howard Stern of that stuff. So I could just be really upfront, but do it in a way to where it doesn't make me sound like an arrogant, a-hole. Right. And I think that doing that, it means there's something good with it. I give a ton of free stuff out that I don't promote. Yeah. All that stuff, I get stuff sent to me. How many people I've gave stuff to that can't afford it? Right. That's awesome. Bats and gloves and stuff. I don't promote that, and I don't even say it's the first time I've ever said it. I don't even like saying it because it sounds like, oh, well, look what he has to say. Yeah. Because I look at things 1,000 different ways, but
I almost feel like you're kind of like this. You're like a Gap agent.
I'm a best person. Yeah, it's such a big deal. Well,
but you're likable. You're down to earth. You come.
I try to stay that way. Yeah. I wouldn't have been, and I would have been I would have been drunk. I would have been divorced. I would have been everything else if I was 25 years old and this happened. Right. I think it took time for me to get fired and work at all these different types of places, live in PRP, go to Butler, move to Shepherdsville. Right. I wanted to travel the country. I traveled the country. I've been everywhere. I've been out of the country. I've been all over this world now. And I try not to boast because I know what it looks like on the outside. Right. And I try to keep it as down to earth as I can. And I think, my wife probably helps out with a lot of that. I've done some dumb things in my life, dude. I really have. Stupid stuff, but it's nothing crazy. Yeah. I mean, I had a brother who was a big drug addict for a long time. He grew out of that, it was awful. And that helped me not do drugs. Right. Because I knew that, and you're dealing with people like that. How do you keep those guys calm? What do you do? And everybody's breaking in and stuff all the time, and you're still cool with everyone, but it's like, so there's a lot you learn a lot. And my kids are doing well. They're not, they're okay. Yeah. Like one's a female version of me, and the other one is a 90-year-old grandpa. But they both do good at school, and they got good grades. They're better than I was.
Do you give your kids a hard time? I give my kids all kinds of crap.
My son is like my little brother, I guess, and my daughter is like my mother. So we all, in our 4-person house, everybody thinks they're on the same level playing field. It's like having 4 adults running around. So we'll yell at them, and they just come right back with it because
that's what my kids do.
I mean, there's no.
I'm like, you're a terrorist.
Like my daughter is like the mother, really. Really? Yeah, it's insane. So. She's
for
going to
her.
definitely wipe her butts when we get over. I know it. My son won't, but she will.
All right. How do you measure success? I call it profit. You can talk about numbers, or you can just talk about
I don't know yet.
wins.
You know, like I told you, I haven't had time to appreciate. I don't think I'm successful yet, so couldn't tell you. But from the outside looking in, it looks. I think you measure. What do you mean by that? What does that actually?
How do you know you win a day? Like I can look at my numbers and know.
Yeah.
I look at the number of appointments my team sets. That's a leading indicator.
Yeah, I mean that's Shopify.
Yeah.
You know, who's ordering what? When you do a 30% discount, that's a good day.
I also know I win when I get to impact somebody's life or share something that changes it.
And I know that's gonna come.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't. As soon as I get home from one thing, I'm off to the next. And I guess it is really cool to see the attention that you bring to families at tournaments.
Yep.
When you walk in and you just see how many people, oh my, it is like like I told you, I watch those celebrities and I see them like with The Rock driving down the California stuff, and then the buses drive by and they're looking at celebrity homes and he's there. And they're like, oh my God, like I know what that feels like now.
Right.
And you see, it does make you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, for me, it's, you see that, I see that a lot, and it's the same thing over and over and over again. And it's like, but then I have people like you and other people I know that tell me like, you really are changing things here. And I'm like, really? Like what? And it's hard to kind of grasp.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I guess if you just measure success, I like to think about like, what if I was gone tomorrow? Mm-hmm. What were they going to say?
Right.
And I do think that most people be like, he was a solid dude. It kept it pretty down to earth. I wish more people would think that I wasn't, like, I wish that they knew it better than what they see. Like, people have a genuine, they look
you
at
automatically assume that
they're
you're
like, oh, well, he's a rich prick,
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, no, like, I genuinely am not trying to come off at all like that.
Yeah.
I'm not that dude. And no, I'm not out, hooking out with a bunch of baseball moms all the time, as everybody thinks. And I'm really trying to be a good husband and a good parent. I'm a better parent now than I was 10 years ago.
Good. That's awesome.
My daughter was born in really young age, and I was young, and I didn't do a very good job with her for 10, 15 years because I was 21.
Right.
We just had her. And my son came around, I felt like it got better. And now my daughter and we're all closer because we must have done something right. She grew up all right. So, but I do think about that. I was like to talk about that last night. I was like, I wish I yelled a little less when you were born, because we were looking at pictures of her when she was younger. And then my son and me are like really tight, and he goes to the gym with me and stuff. And it's like, wow, I got a best friend who's the popular kid.
Right.
And I've never had the popular.
Did you name him Josh?
I never had. I thought about naming him Josh Wolf, but his middle, well, I went with Thomas. My middle name's but
there's I can't remember the book. I don't remember if it's a book or what, but something to the effect of that on average, only 8 people cry at your funeral.
Oh, yeah, my mom would. She loves me. My mom's like Marie Barone off Everybody Loves Raymond. That's funny because this is a whole other thing. Yeah, my parents think that we ever watch Everybody Loves Raymond? Yeah, I'm Ray to them. Ray's here, yippee! That's what that is when I walk in. Because my mom I play the piano, so not anymore, but I played for a long time. Oh my God, you should play the piano. That's the baseball mom. You should play the piano for everyone on your TikToks. They would love a baseball song. And I'm like, jeez. But I don't want to have a funeral. I want mine to be, mine will probably be the baseball tournament somewhere.
Right.
And,
spread dust on the
Bahamas. No, I don't want to be in one of them old rooms. No, just go to a cruise and drink. Just put my face up on a carnival thing.
Well, when my mom passed away and went to a funeral home, and you talk about people got to make money.
Yeah.
But I'm like, do not spend that much money putting me in the ground. No.
And I don't want to be burned either. I want to be buried because I think that maybe like 100 years down the road, they could bring it back.
Okay.
You never know. What I'm just saying. You don't know. But like, just go and inject him with that stuff. Bring him on back. I'll be like, I'm back. What's going on?
You and Ted Williams in a cryo chamber together. Oh, shoot. All right. Let's play a lightning round. Ready? We'll wrap up.
I love this. This is fun.
Favorite book?
I don't know. A book?
Yeah.
Oh, I like the Artie Lang book. I don't know. He wrote Howard Stern's former assistant. That's the only one I read. The Giving Tree was a good book. I remember that.
All right.
I don't know, dude.
Favorite
Travel
restaurant?
bombs.
Favorite restaurant in Louisville?
Oh, Malone's.
Really?
Shout out to Malone's if y'all want to do anything. I love your steak. Just saying. I went there twice. Yeah, that's really good. Never been here, though.
Favorite restaurant in the country?
Oh, dude. The restaurant?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I like that. Dude, Shades in Panama City is like this bar and grill. They got the absolute best Cajun Alfredo.
Cajun
I swear
Alfredo.
to God, dude,
Cajun
it's
Alfredo.
so good. But I don't know. That's probably it right now. Shades is solid, dude.
Okay. And where's that at again?
It's in Panama. It's in 30. It's in the 38 district, the
Okay.
rich people area in Santa Rosa and Panama City over there. Yeah, dude, you go there.
I wish I would have went there. So I got married in 2011. Yeah. And so that was after coming off the recession. Like there were condos, land just sitting there. Doing nothing.
I know. Yeah.
And now it's like,
I know. It's like, yeah.
what's one place that you've been, one place you've traveled to that you never thought you would have traveled to, but you've gotten to now?
Bonaire.
Okay.
Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, ABC Islands.
Yeah.
I've been all over that place. We cruised a whole lot for a long time, and then we went back there. That Bonaire is a dive resort. I don't even dive.
Okay.
There's nothing's there. It's perfect.
Okay. I like
Go
that.
there.
Yeah.
It's nothing. No tourists, just nothing.
Okay.
But it's like the oceans and the jagged coral. It's like desert over here, and it's a great. Just go there.
Bonaire.
And it's in between Aruba and Curacao, and I've been to both of them, and they're both great. All three of them are awesome.
Okay. What's one place you still want to go?
Maldives, before it sinks.
You got this stuff figured
Oh, dude,
out.
I'm a Caribbean dude. I
you?
could go all day long. We're going on a Royal Caribbean cruise next month for my daughter's birthday.
So we're going out of the country for the first time with my kids in February. We're going down to Jamaica.
Yeah.
Ocho Rio.
Yeah, they say stay in the.
Yeah, just stay
don't
in-
go outside of there.
Yeah.
Now, I've been to Bahamas too. Atlantis is great. Don't get me wrong, but you got to have a lot of money.
Yeah.
and the Kings down there, like it's one, like Shaq had his yacht there, and I have been to some cool places. Shaq, Finish Line, and Adam Levine had their yachts down there, and you're
Okay.
thinking, dang, they were very tiny compared to these kings. Bro, I'm telling you, they got squiggly lines with the names of whatever they were. I don't know what's going on in their P. Diddy life over there, but oh my gosh, we were talking about $67 million yachts. They're
night.
cooking food on top of these things. I'm in Atlantis.
Yeah.
They're gambling $25,000 minimum tables. Just hit me. Lost. Nothing. Hit me. You won $100,000. Nothing. I'm just like, oh, dude, yeah. But you ever been to Atlantis?
It's like a quarter. No, I have not.
Yeah, go there. Check out that marina, and you'll be like, damn.
That's huge. Yeah. My favorite place is the Keys. I love the Keys.
Yeah, I went to the Key West and wrecked a scooter on my, it was $1,000. It was the first year, our wedding anniversary. And my wife and me were both on it. She fell off, hit her head, and I fell off, and I was fine until I got into the pool. And then my butt stung, and I said, "Well, what happened?" And I pulled my box. I was bleeding, and there's some. I don't know what happened. I think I shit myself. But never forget the Key West. I went down there and wrecked that scooter. I was pissed, dude.
Yeah.
We won $1,000 that night on the casino. That was about 16 years ago.
God night. What about who's the most famous person in Louisville?
Oh, most famous person in Louisville right now in Louisville?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Huh. It's probably, what's his name?
MP3.
No. It's probably the Louisville Cardinal coach now.
Oh,
I know I'm a Kentucky fan, but
what is that guy's name? Kelsey. Pat Kelsey.
I like him.
He's got some juice.
Yeah, I highly recommend if you have anything to do with Louisville Cardinals there, because I'm sure y'all kind of probably know that he probably is famous. He's a big deal. He came on the scene hot.
Yeah.
Kentucky fans like him.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, damn, Louisville's pretty good this year.
Mark Pope.
I wanted to
Pat
hate
Kelsey.
them.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, dude, because I thought I watched the game. I'm watching Louisville now, and I'm thinking it's hard. I mean, now that everybody's friends, it's not the same as it was when Patino and whatever was over there. And
the only two teams I like is the University of Kentucky Wildcats and anybody playing Louisville.
Yeah, no, I don't know who's the most famous person. It's probably
Jack Harlow.
I forgot about that guy.
That's who I thought you'd say.
No, I don't.
You said I forgot. He's so famous, I forgot about him.
Dude. My music is a wide range.
Yeah.
I'm anywhere from Elton John all the way to Backstreet Boys and Marilyn Manson, so I'm all over the place.
ICP.
I
can't believe you
I used to work out to them. I was like, it's messed up, but I was real grungy before I went to Butler, and then I seen Josh Wolf in his hair in Abercrombie.
Well, you also had to wear khakis and a red polo.
Yeah, they were on the Tommy Hilfiger stuff. I couldn't afford that. I had to wear the Shaheen stuff. It was all smelled like glue. I hated it.
Shea
There
Heanes.
was a Shaheen.
Yeah.
Mom used to take us. I hate that place.
Yeah,
She
it's like-
sold that Jordan card because she bought us her uniform, and it was a Charles Barkley rookie.
It's like they're like cardboard. I traded a Eddie.
Right down the middle of the pant leg.
I traded an Eddie Murray rookie card for an Eric Davis rookie card.
Nice.
And my dad made me take it back.
sucks.
He's like, no, don't do that.
I like these questions.
Peanut butter or jelly?
Just peanut butter plain.
Crunchy or smooth?
I like crunchy, but I eat smooth. And now I went to Florida, and they got the squeeze it ones, and I take it on a graham cracker. I literally have it on my nightstand right now because I'm trying to get my protein up now. So, yeah.
I think there's going to be more than protein if you're eating graham crackers and peanut butter at night in the bed.
I'm trying to swell up. I want some tests now legally because I'm getting older.
All
little
the
small doses there. I'm trying to get my quality diet nutrition's in there.
Let's see. Favorite car?
The BMW M4.
Is that what you got now?
It's parked out there right now.
I'm going to have to go check it out.
It's 2015.
Yeah.
It's not a new one. I didn't spend a brand new one. I got it for like 30 grand. Shut up. I did. I wanted, that was my dream car. My daughter bought a BMW at one of the places over here in Indiana, hypercars, and I had a paid off Toyota Tundra, lifted, all pretty, and there it was sitting there. And I said, "Oh my God,
there it is.
That's sitting right there." And I didn't need it. It was stupid. I should have never bought that thing. And I said, I wanted that thing forever.
Right.
And I feel like I'm convincing people that really was my dream. I wanted a BMW M4, and I'm fixing it all up correctly. And that's my little project. And my little Lancer I had would beat the dust. I need to get that going again because I don't want to make that my daily driver. But that's the one thing I got that I was it.
Yep.
And then anything else. A couple pairs of the Jordans, but but I told you I liked Fast and Furious.
Yeah. Your persona. I want an M4 and Jordans.
I got it.
You got it. You win.
And I'm still not happy with stuff. I still feel like I'm just.
Other than Ray, what other celebrities are you compared to?
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
Alf. Mario Lopez. It used to be Mario Lopez when I was younger. Like, oh my God, you look like Mario Lopez. Your name's Mark Paul, like Zach Morris. I was like, yeah. I get on social media. It's like, you look like Alf and Adam Sandler had a baby. I've said that on a podcast before, and I agreed with them. I said, I mean, there's some videos where I'm like, bro, like Adam Sandler, like, come on, like, holler at me, man.
I'm surprised. There's a lot of people that don't know who Alf is.
Yeah, I know. And it was the nose.
Yeah.
I hate the nose. Oh, gosh. But yeah.
All right. How do you like your steak?
Medium rare if it's a filet, and medium if it's anything else, like a sirloin. If I go to Texas Roadhouse or Outback, I'll just get medium. But if I get a restaurant, really expensive restaurant, I'm getting a medium rare filet.
Yep, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah, like Malone's. They got the best. They got the one with bone. Oh,
a bone-in filet?
Yeah, it's
at
good.
Malone's.
It's like $1,000. Yeah, it's so good.
How much are they paying you for this?
No, I'm trying to work on that. Let me know if you need any marketing.
Yeah. I still, all right.
I used to like Jay Alexander's a lot. I worked there.
Okay.
Got fired from there too. Yeah.
How many jobs have you been fired
from?
Dude,
so I worked at McDonald's when I started off, Kentucky Kingdom. Jay Alexander's, U.S. Bank. I was the maintenance manager down here, LG&E. I worked at T-Mobile for a little stint. Myers. I pushed some carts in. What else did I do? Did some tile work for a while. But no,
you're well-rounded.
I've been a lot of different. There's some of them I know I'm missing. The temp agencies had me do. I made some slushy machines one time for like a week. That didn't last. and yeah, that was about it so far. And then MHS. I worked down there in Shepherdsville or Washington.
What's MHS?
That's the conveyor belt company. Gotcha. I was just doing electrical design because I had a degree in that.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to Louisville Tech, which was Sullivan. The only reason I went there is because this girl I was dating said, "You need to make more money or I'm leaving you." So my buddy went there, Kevin Manning. If you watch this, I miss you. And he says, I go to Louisville Tech. It was like $25,000 to go here for 2 years.
Yeah.
You'll get associates. No, it's off of New Cut or somewhere over there. And it took me like 15 years to pay that off. That school loan was like 25 grand. But I got a little degree, and then I did some business classes with LG&E.
Okay.
And then I got fired from there, and I had to pay all that back. I never got a degree out of it, but
so I worked at Kentucky Kingdom.
You did?
Yeah. Well,
for one summer.
It's almost funny because what I wanted to do was I wanted to be a lifeguard.
Oh yeah, me too.
So they hired
I
me
was
as a,
all like-
they hired me as a lifeguard.
I worked at the little kiddie roller coaster.
I think they do this to everybody. They hired me as a
Wow,
lifeguard,
balls.
and about 2 weeks before my orientation, they called and said, "Hey, we've hired too many lifeguards. We're going to put you in like games or something." I was like, "Screw that,
dude!"
Yeah,
I worked at Valhalla Falls Thunder Run and the little yellow kiddie roller coaster. Right?
Did you really?
And I used to get on the microphone at Thunder Run, and I was like, "How y'all doing over there?" And I would talk to the girls in the line, and then they'd complain, and I almost got fired.
Almost got fired. But
I was a personal trainer too, and a bartender. I forgot. Jay Alexander's a bartender, and I was a personal trainer at Gold's Gym.
I did that too. When were you there?
On Dixie Highway.
Yeah.
Oh God, me and my dude Ricky did it. Ricky Lewis. He went to DeSales. I still talk to him this day.
God, I
I talked to him this morning. Hey, Ricky.
I did that for about a year.
Yeah, I did it for 2 years. All I did was work out with a bunch of old women at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I was like,
Right.
it sucked. But it was cool because I worked at a bar over here at Jay Alexander. I was a server at Jay Alexander's, and
Yeah.
I worked at I'm pointing over there like it's there.
Right.
It's
I
by the
thought you
mall
were gonna
St.
hit the
Matthew. It's
camera.
like right there. Hey, what's up? And I would tell everybody, like, oh, I got to go to my job tomorrow. Like, oh, you work at a bar in the morning? I was like, oh, I'm a personal trainer. And I'm a bartender at night.
Yeah.
And then that was fun for like a little year. I felt
There
like
was a guy that worked there that he played softball and was just jacked. But
Yeah.
he was a trainer. And
Was it Josh Wolf?
Just joking.
this is the Joshua Show. This episode is brought to you by Joshua. Bro,
great.
Is there anything we missed?
I can keep on going. Just shoot, man.
Michael's like, yeah, damn it, I've already got to edit an hour and a
No,
half.
I know. I told y'all I'm gonna shut up.
He's like, don't say everything too much before he gets here. You might run out of stuff to say.
I think I told her I have a whole lot to talk about.
All right, well, we'll have to have you back out, man. I
Please
appreciate
do.
you.
I love this.
Yeah,
this was one of the
it was
better
great.
ones I've had. Yeah, I appreciate you very much. Very nice meeting you.